Hey everyone, so I wanted to give a shout out to people who comment on my YouTube videos quite frequently. I'm so thankful that you guys are a part of the community and I wanted to address some of your questions. So shout out to Queenlip who asked, why are you ditching all gold flat refines? Are the percentage so superior even when facing debuffs? And is it 2.4 million gems without the chance? When you have more than 200 million gems, is there a need to buy the chance? So these are all good questions. So I'm not going to get too much into game mechanics. There's so many other YouTubers that can do that. But for refines, there's certain instances where you would want to choose flat versus percentages. Now, my understanding is that there's only a certain amount of percentage you can get with flats up to a certain point. And then once you start going up the tiers of your troops, it starts not being as effective as if you would go with percentages. So, example, a lot of people are using mount HP, mount flat refines on their wall because they're wanting to make the biggest impact for their T1s. Now, if they were to use percentages, people that would rally them would then be able to use their debuffs, right, for their percentages, and then those T1s would not be as effective. So when you're in a range rally, you're using a lot of T12 and up, so doing flats probably wouldn't be as effective, especially when you're in, 80 million to 100 million rallies, and then you're going against 3 billion troops. So maybe if you did some flats, maybe that would help some of your lower tiers. But just remember, when you're sending layers, you're not sending a lot of layers, right? People usually send 1,000 to 10,000. Some people send more. So is that really the most effective use of your refines? So I would rather have percentages. And just remember, when someone is getting rallied, they also have debuffs against people rallying them. So they are able to debuff your percentages. So you kind of want to make your percentages higher so that even if they are debuffing you, they're only able to debuff 50%. So if their debuffs are very, very low, then if your percentages are way, way high, then they're not going to be able to debuff that max 50%. So when it comes to range rallies, just as a huge rally team, the percentages work best. Now, the reason why I had those golds on it was because I only recently switched to the SAS gear just to help my march capacity, and I didn't do the refines very well. I usually just roll until I get all gold, set it there, and then whenever I have time, I will go back to it. So then that leads us to the question, is there a need to buy chance if you have 200 million gems? And the answer is yes. And why? Because in that last video on the refines, you'll notice at the very end, I said it took 29 minutes with chance to get all my refines fixed. If I didn't have the chance, it would have taken me 2 to 3 hours to spin through all those gems, which I do not have that time. And there are a lot of you out there that would rather just spend the gems and spend the time to get the best refines, and that is totally okay. I think there's a lot of people out there that are like me, that are professionals, that work very, very hard, and when we get done with work, we just want to relax on the game. And that means we just kind of want to get all of our shit done in 30 minutes and then call it a day and get off the game. And I think that there's just a lot of players with different mentalities that will not agree on certain packs or certain things that other people do because they are not in that walk of life. And so just to give you a little glimpse, for my work, it is very, very stressful and time intensive. And it's just one of those things where I don't think a lot of people understand it because a lot of people are not in this industry. And so when I make content, I have to go through directors, filmmakers, A-list talent, PR, social. I have to go through heads of studios. And then on top of that, I have global partners that then create content based off of my content. And so there's nothing really great about that process. It's just really time consuming and high anxiety and stress. It's just stress all the time. So when I come to Evony, I don't want to deal with any of that, right? I don't want to deal with complainers. I don't want to deal with stakeholders. I don't want to deal with people that are bringing their life issues to Evony and expect people to solve their game and make it better because their life sucks. I don't have time for the time succubuses. And I truly hope that you guys have learned this, because it took me a long time to learn this myself. And I used to think compassionately, and I used to listen to everyone, and I used to just kind of get taken in to wanting to help people. But they will turn on you in a second if there's someone else that can do more for them or thinks they can do more for them. And then all of a sudden, all of that time did not matter, because when you thought you were developing a team or, friends, it actually was just people that are time succubuses, and they don't care about anything but getting, a leg up in the game and somebody paying for them. And I get it. They don't want to face on their problems in real life, so they expect to have other people solve that for them. But it's not my job to do that, and it's not the rest of the team's job to do that, right? So for me, when we're thinking about team dynamics, it's best to do things based off of what actually improves the team. Does it actually make sense to revolve around someone that can't keep up, rather than finding someone that can, right? Or recruiting people in that have the same game mentality as you. Now, all of a sudden, you're not dealing with time succubuses. You're dealing with people that are on the same page as you, and you're not wasting each other's time. And I love our Battlefield team. We just focus on battlefields, and literally, that is all we need to do. That's all we need to do. And so giving less attention to time succubuses is going to change your game. And getting packs that save some time from having to deal with time succubuses will change your game. So I'm very passionate about that. And I understand that people sometimes see me buy things and just think like, what the hell is BB doing again? But I truly think it's helpful, even if the packs are bad, to see someone purchase it and apply it, because only then will you really be able to understand the value of that package. Because it's easy to just assess a pack and talk about it. It's another thing to actually buy it and show somebody and demo it and apply it. There is just a lot of things that I think people probably miss out on because they just assume it's a bad purchase, right? And I know I've made a lot of bad purchases, and I always own that, and I always tell you guys like, hey, probably don't want to do this. But I think that for me, there's value in sharing that, and so that's why I do it. But most importantly, when it comes to time, I want to give any free time that I have, I want to give it to my community. So the people that have supported me, that enjoy these YouTube videos, I want to give my time that I can to you. And so those people that ask for help for Aptoid, that ask, any questions about the game, feel free to join my Discord channel. You can ask me anything there in real time. And anyone in my Discord community, I will be more than happy to try and give the time that I have. And I really seriously mean that, because as you know, my real life is stressful. And so when I get to play Evony or make content for Evony, it's like my free relaxation and creative expression time. And I know that sounds really stupid, but I'm able to sing in my phone, edit in my phone. And while it sounds like that would be easy, it takes me hours upon hours upon hours in making the content, even though it's, like a really stupid video. But it is very, I don't know, therapeutic for me. So I appreciate that I get to do this and I don't have to go through all the hoops of stakeholders. And yes, there's people that troll, there's people that don't like my content, there's Big T that will be like, baby, you need to redo that video. And so there's sometimes that, but for the most part, you guys just don't understand how much you guys mean to me. So thank you for giving me this outlet, and I want to help anyone that does support this channel. And of course, thank you, Queen Lip, for all of your comments. I just wanted to give you a shout out, and I hope to see you in my Discord, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.